Hey everyone, it's me again. Just wanting to do an update, keep everybody posted on my progress and what's been going on. So today is Friday, January 26th. I feel like things are still improving every day. However, I have started with a new symptom. So this all started last Sunday. I started having these shooting pains down the back side of both of my legs, going from basically where the top of your leg, your thigh, meets your butt. So starting from all the way up there, shooting down to my foot on both sides. And in addition to that, I started having like these the best way to describe it is like super micro mini cramps all over my calves that were turning into like one severe cramp. So that's actually been going on since last Sunday. I had my first post-op appointment with my spine surgeon. Unfortunately, the appointment was not with the spine surgeon, which I was a little irritated about. It was with his physician's assistant. So that, yeah, anyways, sorry, I don't want to go off on a tangent there. So Monday was my first post-op follow-up appointment. Let them know everything was going good. I felt like I was having, positive progress every day, just slow improvement. I'm getting up and I'm on my feet. I'm up and about every day, multiple times a day. My husband has to tell me to sit down, stop doing the dishes. You're not supposed to be doing that. Sit down all the time. Really hard for me to just kind of relax all the time. I'm a doer. I like to do things. Anyways, so, I brought up my one concern about this leg pain and cramping in my calves. I work in the medical field myself. I just do the paperwork end. I'm in the background where nobody sees people. But I am familiar with, sorry, I do not have a selfie stick or anything fancy, so I'm using my arm and having to readjust, so I apologize for the shakiness. So I shared my concerns of the leg pain and the cramping in the calves. Going back to being in the medical field, I am familiar with a lot of complications that can happen with certain things. So as soon as I started having this severe like cramping in my calves, blood clot was the first thing that came to mind. And of course, you want to get all freaked out about that because that is life-threatening if not dealt with, or not addressed in, a specific time frame. So, shared concerns with him. He did not seem concerned by this at all. He was a little baffled why I was having this leg pain and cramping and whatnot. Since, according to the imaging, the screws and the rods look like they're in the right spot. Nothing's moved. The spacer's where it's supposed to be. On the imaging, everything looks great. So not sure why you're having this physical pain. Like that's not annoying enough to hear and not know why it's happening. The doctor just kind of shrugs their shoulders like, well, we'll just see how this goes from here. I'm not that kind of person. I'm very proactive in my health. I've already been doing research. I don't really think it's a blood clot. There's some symptoms that I don't actually have of it being a blood clot. So not super duper concerned that that's the problem. However, I haven't ruled it out. I'm actually scheduled to have an ultrasound of my legs this afternoon at the hospital, at the local hospital, because I did go see my primary care physician yesterday, let her know how everything's been post-op, and then let her know of this situation, this new symptom or symptoms I'm dealing with, and the fact that the surgeon's assistant kind of shrugged me off like, well, we actually decreased some of my pain medication by my request. I do not want to be on these high opioids for an extended period of time or any longer than I have to be. Not sure I should have come off one of them. I might have cut that off a little too quick, but if things get really tough, I can always call them and say, hey, I might have requested this too soon. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent again. I'm sorry. I tend to do that. Going back to yesterday, I saw my primary care physician, shared my concerns with her, let her know that the physician's assistant didn't really seem concerned about it. Again, myself and my husband brought up to the physician's assistant, the spine surgeon's physician assistant, that previous to Sunday, previous to the day that these new symptoms began, I was actually on my feet a lot. I was sitting in my chair for multiple hours, probably a good 3 to 4 hours, kind of just catching up on some bills, making some phone calls. Another day, my husband had to be gone longer than he had anticipated from the house, which meant I needed to be up feeding my kids. And I'm a cleaner. That's just what I do. I'm a mom. I like to take care of my house. So even though I'm not supposed to be on my feet, I couldn't help kind of cleaning up the kitchen because my husband wasn't gone away having fun. He was doing work stuff. He was doing physical labor. So I just felt bad for him to come home and, have the kitchen a mess and stuff. So while he was gone, again, longer than he thought he would be, not only was I up making the kids food, then I cleaned everything up, got them all situated so, they were entertained until he got home so I could go back to laying down. My husband and I had brought up or suggested that maybe that was why I was having this new leg pain, because I'm using my leg muscles to get up and down all the time now. There's no use of my back. It's retraining my brain and my whole body to use different muscles to get up and down and different stuff like that. So, we were just thinking and suggesting, because I was up on my feet, I overdid it, and maybe that's why I was having this new pain. The physician's assistant to the spine surgeon basically was just kind of like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, sure, that's probably what it is. That totally makes sense. Let's just see how it goes. And then scheduled, he looked at my sutures. It was an anterior and posterior. If you haven't watched my previous videos I've done, I had an anterior and posterior spinal fusion, meaning they went in through my stomach, through the front and through the back. So I have 2 incisions that he wanted to check, and kind of just let me know a few things about that. Scheduled my next follow-up, which is in a month, and that was that. Sent me on my way. That was not okay with me. As of yesterday, the pain in my legs and calves, it's not so much the shooting pain down the back of my legs anymore. It is now more just calf pain, like strictly calf pain, cramping. If I stand up, I can't stand still. I have to move. If I stand still, I'm constantly picking one leg up, putting that down, picking the other leg up, just back and forth because I can't stand still. And then starting yesterday morning, it actually woke me up from my sleep, the pain in my calves, and it's like what I imagine people with restless leg syndrome deal with. I've never had that. I just know of it, and I guess what my own assumptions of it are. But it's basically like if there's pain or no pain, in my situation, I have pain. And then you feel the need to constantly move because you're just so uncomfortable. You can't sit still. Like your body's so uncomfortable or in so much pain, it can't stop moving. And that's how my legs feel at this point. So, to say I'm frustrated that I went through this surgery, as of right now, is an understatement. I feel like I traded one problem for another. I know this might be a temporary situation. It just feels like, I regretted this the day of surgery, as soon as I got out, because they couldn't keep my pain under control. It took them almost 2 days to get my pain under control, and it was excruciating pain, just out of this world. And then now to have this leg pain, have the spine surgeon's, I actually ran into the spine surgeon leaving the office, my office visit that day. Excuse me, I have suddenly developed this like have to have coffee every morning thing. So, yes, so ran into the spine surgeon actually leaving my office visit. You know, he's like, hey, how's it going? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, everything's going good, except this situation that just started as of yesterday. It's getting pretty bothersome. And he's like, oh, okay, well, good to hear you're doing better. And that was that. So to kind of be shrugged off by both of them as this is nothing, and maybe it is just my muscles are super tight, but you know, as far as me, the patient goes, I just went through a super traumatic and huge major surgery of my life. For me, the only one. So this is a big deal to me. And to have problems, you know, that could potentially be blood clots or who knows. I don't know. It could be something bad. It could be something minor, like I just need to get my calves massaged because they're super tight. Who really knows at this point? But to be shrugged off or to even have me feel like that is not cool to me. You know, I'm a person. I'm not just a number. I'm not just, you know, some insurance card that you get paid for seeing. So I just wanted to give it an update. I apologize because now reflecting back on this video kind of sounds more like a rant. I'm not upset. I don't live my days right now. Just pissed off at the world by any means. I'm still trying to be up more than I should be, and my husband is still telling me, lay down, you need to rest, lay down, stop getting up. So we're going back and forth there. I don't want to keep this, I want to keep this short. Don't want to take up too many people or too much time. I just wanted to give an update. Surgery was the 12th of January. It is currently the 26th. So I am 14. Wow, I'm exactly 2 weeks post-op today. Congratulations to me. So I am doing good, everybody. Things are improving. Just kind of hit a hiccup that hopefully is not a big deal and might just, I'm just hoping it's like I'm low on potassium, which was a thing in the hospital, and that maybe my calves just need to be massaged, and maybe that's just all that I need. Let's just cross our fingers and hope that that's the case. I'll try to just keep doing updates every so often or whatever. Hope everybody else is doing well. If you have questions or this is a possible surgery that you will be doing in the near future or far future, anything of that nature, please feel free to put comments down below, or you can email me. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.